Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday the 22nd of September. We've got some new mods. We've got a couple of updates. The Lizard Steiger 250 by AAA Modding and the Supermarket Productions by Let's Be Having Moo have both had updates in front of me. We have got the AGCO Ideal 2017 to 2023 pack. This is by Patrick. 93.49 megabytes download, 26 slots for the harvester, and I have it in this Challenger configuration. And then we've got 3 headers. We have got 10 slots for a 12.2 meter, 11 slots for a 9.2 meter, and then 10 slots for a 12.2 meter flex draper. You'll see in you'll see here. I think this is the one I went for, the Dynaflex. This one doesn't have an auger on it, whereas the other two do. Nicely made in detail, I'd say. Looks pretty cool. There's some curious options. I know obviously it will relate to the real world 2017-2023 versions, and you'll see. If we go to our harvesters, just there's our AGCO Ideal. 299,500 for the base model. So it actually starts on Ideal 9, which adds 100 grand onto the price straight off the bat. If we come down to the Ideal 7, that's your more standard price, but then you've also got here, it's already on the 2023 version. If you put it on the 2017 version, that's what you start, that's the 299,500 in its base configuration. So the Ideal 7, 451 horsepower, Ideal 8, 538, Ideal 9, 647 horsepower, the Ideal 10, 790. But that will add 171,500 onto your price if you want that kind of horsepower. As far as the capacities go, you'll see that the 7 and the 8 are both 12,500. The 9 and the 10 are 17,100. So again, that's something to bear in mind with regard to the price capacities. We've got Michelin, Trelleborg, Friedrichshain, BKT, Mitas. Back to Michelin. Michelin seems to have the most options. We've got standard and a wide, which does the tracks and the rear tyre. We've got standard 2, which goes on to tyres rather than tracks. Wide 2, US, twins, US 2, tracks, back to standard. The others have variations on a theme with regard to tracks, tyres, that kind of stuff. I think it might be only... Mitas only has US and US 2, doesn't have any of the other options. So there's a few different tyre choices to go with. We got then design, Fendt, Massey, Ferguson, Challenger, and back again. That's how I went for Challenger, and you've got the colour options in there. Now, considering the price between this, the 2017 and the 2023 is 20 grand difference. So, the only thing I could discern, and I'm looking in the cab as well, is the wing mirrors change. See that? Wing mirrors change. Then on the back here, see where the exhaust comes out. The 2017 version is a more the sort of the cover of all that has got holes in it. And the 2023 version hasn't. Other than that, I can't see any differences. So if you don't mind the wing mirrors, you can save yourself 20 grand. The rest of the vehicle doesn't change. The capacities don't alter. So we've got then design, default, and ideal drive. I went for an ideal drive. So it doesn't have the steering wheel. It just has the steering stick type doodaddery. Those two options. Then we've got pipe. So we've got default, large light, largest fold light, back to default. Then we've got design colour. Again, you can then go for, if you've gone for a Challenger, go for the Challenger. If you've gone for Massey, go for, it's up to you. Or just go for pink or some of the strange colours, it's up to you. Rim colour, that will do the top wheel as well, as you can see there, of the tracks. If you've gone for a track version, then license plate. Now what I will say is, when I said about the capacities, if we go back to the top and we go to an Ideal 8, for example, which is 12,500, it did give me the option, there you go, for extension on the small ones, you can extend it up to the larger one, 17,100 for 2 grand. So again, you're on that thing of, if you're not looking for horsepower, but you want the capacity, you don't have to go for the 9 or 10, which adds quite a bit of money on. You could go for, the 7. I think the 7 gives you the option as well. The 7 with the extension big, which is added 2 grand on. You're still getting the capacity of the 9 and the 10, but with a lower horsepower. Like I say, that seems to work out pretty cool. And we come out of there and we come to our headers, and you'll see our 3 headers available. There's our power flow 12.2 meter. There's our power flow 9.2 meter. Then we've got the Dynaflex. Like I say, if you look at this one, you've got the belts at the front and you've got the auger there. This one, same size, doesn't have the auger, just has larger belt systems. Options are pretty much the same on all. You've got your Fendt Massey Challenger, then design colour. Did the middle one have an extra option? Yeah, design 1 and design 2 have the little separators that are on the front section. Might be the same with that one as well. No, there you go. Those are your choices. And start out. Lift the header. We can raise and lower our reel. Bring the reel in and out. Turn it on. You can see everything operating as you would expect. Then we got L1, R1, right stick side to side, does the door. Pipe out. Lights. We have got a light on the pipe as well. And then here, if we go for our, where are we? Enable or disable straw swath, it will slide that whole rack in or out depending on whether you're enabled or disabled. Interior. There you go. Fold the whole lot up. There it is, the AGCO Ideal 2017-2023 pack. Let's lower that down. Next. Coming up in front of us, we've got the Bin 200 pack by Rejstar. This is 24.75 megabytes download. We have got 11 slots for a 200,000 litre, 11 slots for a 400,000 litre, 12 slots for a 600,000 litre. Then we've got an extension which is 6 slots for 400,000 litre. I went for the middle, I've gone for a 400,000, and this is that 400,000 is the total capacity. It's not 400,000 litres of each crop type. I put wheat in 400,000, then I bought over some canola and it wouldn't let me put anything in. We do have the option on these as well to the side here to put the tarp on or off. If you want a tarp on there, puts the pallets over the back there, puts the tarp on, and if you put the extension behind that as well, yeah, it's pretty cool. So we come to our silos, and there's where you'll find them. 59 grand for our 200,000 litre, 90 grand for the 400,000 litre, and 130 grand for the 600,000 litre. Then if we go to our extensions, you'll see there 50 grand. If I put that extension wherever I want to put it on the back, like so, that would change my capacity, obviously. And that's how it works. In there, out from the pipe. Nicely detailed, made by the Bin Company. That's the Bin 200 pack. Next, we've got the building pack. These are all decorative. I did put a few out just to double check. So, this is the building pack by TWF-Team HaHner. 48.54 megabytes download. Now, slot counts on these are 45, 41, 33, 31, 35, 65, 66, 18, 16, 22. And you'll see why when we come down to our decoration and others, and we'll come to the buildings themselves. So we've got 5 farmhouses, and like I say, they don't have the option to go inside them. I put 2 out. So these are your 40s and your 30s on your slot counts. So if I, for example, show you that one, I say they're nicely made and detailed. There's no customization options on them or anything like that. The 2 that are the high ones, these 2 here, that were the, what did I say it was, 65 and 66. I put 1 out, and there's the other one as well, 155 grand. So you can see the prices of these as well. And then the ones that were lower slot counts of the garages, 25, 25 and 35 grand, and these were on the slots of 18, 16, and the double garage is 22. Now, none of these, the garages don't open either. So I say they do look great. These don't have the sort of windows that project an interior. They have an interior, but I couldn't open any of the doors on them. They were just as they are. We've got covered sort of garage areas as well. The garages themselves, which I was quite surprised. I know they're decorative items, but I guess I thought maybe the garage doors would open on these. but they are quite clearly just decorative. And these ones here, the large one that has a garage on the side, weirdly actually this did have a collision on the door and it allowed me to go in, which I don't think I was supposed to. But around the side of all of them, this one did have a garage door that opens on the side, so you can actually go in and use this as garage space if you want to, with a light in there as well, whereas the others are all decorative. So that's the building pack, all of those. Next we have got, oh yeah, these. So this is the combination liquid tank 3000 litre. It's by MacTrucker921, 2.59 megabytes download. Now this has a curious thing to it, which I'm not sure if it's supposed to, so it might get an update. You'll find these in multiple locations. They look like this when you've got them out. So you will find them, if we go into here, you can find them under slurry, slurry gear, he says. So under slurry tankers, you can find it in there. You can find it under your animal feed barrels, because of various different things these take under barrels. You can find it under miscellaneous, there. But you can also find it under IBCs as well, just there. Now it does say with regard to the IBC version of this, where are we? All fill types can be unloaded into the 10 new included IBC containers. So I put one of those out to show you. Now as far as options go on these, if we go to, let's say, barrels, so wherever you find them, the options are the same. So you've got milk tank, which will take the 3 milks, not all together but separately, at 3000 litres. Water tank, diesel tank, liquid fertiliser tank. Again, you can either put liquid fertiliser, digestate or slurry into it. Herbicide tank, solid additive tank. Then we go on to the unreal capacity. So we've gone from 3000 litre to 25,000 litre. All the options are the same in all of those in 25,000 litre. Then we go on to Unreal 2, which takes us to 50,000 litre. And I got one of these out on 50 or 25, I can't remember now, just to see, because we have had the odd thing here and there. Let's change the tank colour. You can go full chrome if you want to, or just pick your colour. The mount colour is your brackets on there. If you want to go for a metallic, you can, it's up to you. Pump colour, we can change the pump on the top like so. Those are the options on all of them. So what I did was get one out and I put 25,000 litres of this. So I thought, if you're running a sprayer on the back, herbicide or liquid fertiliser sprayer, having 25,000 litres on the front, but sometimes we've had mods that have allowed for large capacities, but then you can't lift them. So I thought, doesn't hurt, better check it, because you never know. So with 25,000 litres in it, you can. It doesn't affect the suspension at all. I mean, it is an unreal capacity, that's the point. These can be strapped down onto trailers as well, if you want to strap them down onto a trailer. So if you're transporting them as fuel for forest or whatever you might be doing, again, it's entirely up to you. Now this one, I thought what we'll do is we'll test out. So that was out of the IBCs. So I've got a bit of water here. So if I come alongside this, I could have this sat in my farm as a storage tank. It should give me the option. There you go, bottom of the screen. Unload into it. There we go. And that should now have, because I already put some in to double check it to test it, 13,600 litres. These aren't liftable by hand. They are 3-point link mounted. But that's what they do. That's how they work. Incredibly useful. Like I say, if you're running a big old slurry spreader and you want a bit of extra slurry on hand, you can go for a 50,000 litre one, or you could place a 50,000 litre one by the side of a field and every now and again come and fill it up. Now here's the curious thing, which I said I was going to mention. If we click on it and I go like this, and we go through all our options, whatever our options may be. The small one's 2,500. If we go for the extra larger one, like that, that's 25 grand, and I think it might be the same on the Unreal 2. Oh no, Unreal 2, 51 grand. Okay, fair enough. These don't come filled. You have to fill them. Look at the bottom of the screen, bottom right. You can't lease them. I have to buy that. I can't lease it. So that's going to cost me 51 grand anyway, before I put anything in it. I could understand the price if you were buying it and it had liquid fertiliser in it, or, you know, and then when it ran out you could refill it. But yeah, so just be wary of them. Say be wary. There's not a lease option on any of them in any of the configurations. So I just thought I'd mention that. You can't lease it. It comes just like that. So there we go. That's the combination liquid tank Oh, next I'm going to cut to a video clip. We've got decorative rocks. I think I don't mention in the clip, but decorative rocks is 43.16 megabytes download. I will cut to that now. So this one I'm going to show you in here, simply because you can look at the images of it, and it's Decoration Rocks by OlaHaldor. The reason I haven't put this out, if you look at the image, let's click on this, view screenshots. Nice looking rock, nice. It's that was the image I wanted you to see. So it does say this pack contains rocks from the ravine in Elm Creek, the Alps in Erlengratt. The rocks are available in medium to large sizes, as you can see top right. You can change the look and rotation of the rock before you place it. In total, there are 224 different variations to choose from. But as you can see, there's various different mosses and obviously colour schemes. And, you know, again, we'll come back to that image. You can see there. And then once you add rotations in and the fact you can overlap, which you can do, we had a rock pack recently, you can overlay and you can make rock formations and rock walls and whatever it is you want to do with them. But there's a lot in that pack. So there you go. That's the Decoration Rocks by OlaHaldor. You can imagine trying to put out that many rocks. Anyway, that being said, we've got another sort of similar sort of thing here as the ones we just looked at, the combination things. This is the front-loader tools. This by Preze929, 2.83 megabytes down. These are 2s and 1s on the slot count. I've got one of these out to show you because of its capacity. Again, I thought, what if it has got a large capacity and you can't pick it up off the ground? That's going to be a bit of a nightmare. That's got 100,300 litres of sugar beet in it, and I've picked it up with a fairly small front loader. It's worked no problem. So these are front loader tools. There's quite a few of them, and they have some interesting capacities and things. Again, if you don't want that, that's entirely fine. So universal shovel option on that. I think on all of them we've got options for decals on or off and colour options, but we've got capacity 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. We've got bale spikes. Bale spikes are fairly standard. Can't really do a lot with those. Pallet forks, we've got those available. We've got manure fork. Now that will take your forage type things. And again with this, we've got a capacity of 1,250, 10,250 or 100,250. Then we've got another manure fork there with large capacity up to 100,000 litres. Log grapple, log fork. Then we've got the Ruby. So the Ruby is, now it says it takes all those crop types. So you can use it just as a normal shovel. But again, if you're using it as a normal shovel, you can go 2,300, 10,300, 100,300. You think of that 100,300, you could have a load of those sat at your farm and they could just be silos. In essence, I mean, they could just be silos. But the Ruby is supposed to be able to chop sugar beet. So that's what I got out, because when I tried it with no sugar beet in, it says top left L1 turn on front loader tool, and it wouldn't work. I thought maybe I need to put some sugar beet in it. Maybe it needs to be over a trailer. I'm not sure. But anyway, just to prove the point, 100,000 litres and it's picked up no problem at all. Like it's acting like it's not even there. Let's turn it on. Oh, there we go. It's working. Cool. It was obviously just didn't have anything in it. Because the standard Ruby is quite a small capacity. And if you want to be cutting up a whole load of sugar beet into sugar beet cut, 100,000 litres, that's quite handy, that, isn't it? So that whole pack with the unreal capacities, a rather useful little set of gear. Front loader tools. Next we've got, let's just turn that off. I'll put that down in a little while, don't worry. Stored energy and all that. We've got this. This is the Gabled Farmhouse. This by LeoLeo, 18.72 megabytes download. It is 39 slots, 130,000 to purchase. Couple of options on this. What I like is you've got this Reinhold Wenzel's Gasthof, so guest house. We've got our wardrobe trigger here, sleep trigger around the other side. Customization option on this, you can have it with this decoration on the side here as a kind of guest house, people can sit out, and with the sign, or just as the building on its own with the sleep and wardrobe trigger. Sleep triggers around the back, but it's nicely made and detailed. Look at that. So that would be the front technically, but the front, which I assume this is the front, doesn't have that sign that's on the other side of the building. You'll see what I mean. So if we go not be very clear about that. So just there. So we go to place that now. That's the front, or I mean it's the front with the sleep trigger, but probably the back I would say. So if we do that at the moment, nothing. Customization option, decoration, yes, on the side, and then you can have select all. So roof setup, select all puts the sign on. You don't have to have the sign if you don't want to. Adds an extra 200 on. It's entirely up to you. And then back to no. There you go. You can't go into the building, sleeping wardrobe trigger, it's right there. Next we have got, oh actually we're going to look at a few of these in here. We have got under bale handling or bale transport, we've got the homemade fork. This is 1.62 megabytes download, 2 slots by VuleX and Gliga. We've got an option to change the design colour. It's designed, they're designed for round bales, normally round silage bales because they're rounded off rather than putting spikes through a bale. You can use these. 3.8 mounted. Yeah, it's a round bale homemade fork. Next we have got, where is it? Under the next two under cultivators. So we have got just there the Knoche SL9. This is 4.2 megabytes download, 3 slots, 2.1 meters by Poly Paul. Options on this: support wheel, yes or no. 60 horsepower required. Cultivator, 2.1 meters. Next we've got this, the Lizard Model 83 9 arms. This is 3.49 megabytes download, 2 slots, 2.4 meters. This is by, I've got to make sure I say this correctly, HaHner 24MD and StarterModding. So 4,500 for the base model, 55 horsepower required. We can change the whole chassis frame, which is that. We can do the arms, which does that, and then we can change the tyre colour like that, or have them all the same colour, or mix and match, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. 2.4 meter cultivator, 55 horsepower required. Next we've got just here. I don't know, actually, I'll be honest, I don't know why I did what I did on this, but you can probably already tell. This is the Massey Ferguson Series 3700 AL by Hispano, 20.73 megabytes download, 15 slots. I changed, because you can change the colour of the mudguards, I changed the mudguard colour to be Massey Ferguson red, and it doesn't look right. They should be black or grey. It looks a bit grim. I mean, that was my choice, I didn't have to do that. Changed the colour of the grills as well, so you can see the colour options. Nice tidy little tractor. So under small tractors, just there, 43 grand for the base model. We've got 75 horsepower, 85 horsepower, 95 horsepower. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Rejstar, Nokian, back again. And the Trelleborg, standard, wide and weights, narrows, rear twin, back to standard, and then various different options obviously within, you know, whatever you've gone for. We've got front wheel fender, yes or no. We've got beacon light, yes or no, just the one. We've got window tinting, 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%, back to 0. Weights, we go 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, then off, I think it was. Yep. Front loader, quick or no. Then we've got main colour. So if you wanted to change the main colour, for example, does that. Chassis does the underside, does all of that, including your hubs if you want to change those. Design 2 does the ceiling, that's the roof. So if you want to change the roof colour, you can do that. And I'll say if you front fender, I don't know why I changed the front fender. Front fender and rear fender, if you want to change the colour of those, you can. It's entirely up to you. Then you've got engine grid, which does all of that, like so. Rear view mirror, we can change those. So again, if you want to really go for it, you can do all that. Rim colour option on there as well. So we hop in. Now, did we have? Oh yes, I remember now. So L1, right stick side to side, does that mirror. Right stick up and down, does the right mirror. So left mirror and right mirror adjustment if you want to do those. We haven't got an option for opening or closing doors, windows, or anything like that. Nice tidy little unit. There you go. That's the Massey Ferguson 3700 AL. Next, we've got the old medium shed just here. This is 5.16 megabytes download. 39 slots, yes, by gamerhzsFSH. Build mode and sheddage is where you'll find it. Just there for 25 grand. No customization options. I don't think there was. Were there? No. No. Comes just like that. Nice and made and detailed. A little bit of, you know, there's just a bit of detail going on for, you know, whatever you want. Light switch. There we go. larger garage area just in here. Plenty of light from the windows, and then a covered kind of porch area again for storing whatever you want to store in there. That's the old medium shed. Next we have got the pack of mixers for cows and pigs by Fra-Cassés modding. These are unusual. 11.67 megabytes download, both are 12 slots, both are 45,000. Build mode and factories is where you'll find them, and they are just there. No customization options, they come as they are. Again, better double check that. I didn't put it in my notes, but nope, come as they are. So they're curious in so much as total mixed ration, generally speaking. You might have to have mineral feed in sometimes, grass, hay, straw, or combinations of. These only have one recipe, each one, and they require wheat as well. We have got light switches on here, fairly large buildings as well. You don't have to have these obviously out the front. When you turn off your stuff, it won't necessarily be there. So our total mixed ration, hay, silage, straw, and wheat, and that is the recipe. But you do gain from it because it works out at 400. 100, 250, 300, 400, yeah, 400 in combined elements gives you 750 out. So you are gaining, so it might be worth putting the wheat in. You know, 100,000 litres of each, only 35,000 of the wheat, but it requires less wheat on the thing. 160,000 litres out, and then the mixing for pigs is canola, corn, potatoes and wheat. Similar recipe, same cycles a month, both do 72 cycles a month, and you'll get your pig food or your total mixed ration out from running those. Taking out is done at the side on each one. They're identical buildings, just one does your total mixed ration, one does your pig food. Well, there you go. That's your pack of mixers for cows and pigs. Next, we'll say this. Hidden behind the bales, we've got this. So this is the Schwarzmüller flatbed semi-trailer by Smety, 12.89 megabytes download and 8 slots. Now I've got two different options, two different versions of this. This will do auto-load bales, but if you go for auto-load bales, there's no tension straps. So you're relying on the fact that when you unload it, I'm assuming the bales will stay in place. I mean, I suppose we can test that, can't we? If you go for it not auto-load, it gives you the option for tension straps. So if you want tension straps to take in other stuff, then you don't want auto-load, but if you want your auto-load, you won't get tension straps. Just to make you aware of that, it is a flatbed semi-trailer. So you'll find this under semi-trailers. Just there. And just there, 42,500. So auto-load, yes or no? That will give you that option. Then we've got wheel setup standard or standard 2 on the back. We've got extension design 1. This is for the floor. Design 1, design 2. So wood or metallic. Mud flaps we have got at the moment just on the rear, then on all 3 axles, the rear and the very back, or all if you want. We've got side protector, we've got design 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back to 1. It's a combination of side impact bars. You've got a spare tyre under there, spare tyre or toolbox with side impact tyre, little toolbox, then 5 puts a whole solid box right across the whole thing, back to 1. You've got toolbox, this on the back, design 1, design 2, spare wheel with toolbox, design 3, metal toolbox with spare wheel or off, beacon light, yes or no on the back, tools, that's around at the front on the headache rack. So you have tools, yes or no. If you don't want the tools on, you don't have to have them. It's up to you. Then rear lights, I think we've got 3 designs, if I recall correctly. Design 1, design 2, design 3. Yes, I think I went for design 2. Main colour does the side. Let's go yellow. Chassis colour underneath. Let's go red. So you can see it. There you go. Does all the bottom section. Next design colour. Did that do the side impact protections? Yes, it did. And then rim colour, license plate option on there as well. Now, it does say with regard to what bales it will take. It will do 180s, 220s, 240s in square, 125s, 150s and 180s in round, square bale cotton, round bale cotton, but it doesn't tell you how many of each. I haven't tested all of them. I've got square bale 220s and it's taken 40. So there will be other sort of combinations within that, but anyway, so just to show you, I'll start this up. So there's our lights, indicators, depending on which option you've gone for the rear lights, beacon. There we go. So if we go operating position on, you notice they're off to the side. So L1, R1, right stick side to side, up and down, L1, R1, and then right stick side to side gives that movement as well. So I can put those on there. If I unload them now, I'm going to try this out actually. Unload barrels here. So, unload barrels here. There you go. So, they've just fallen. That makes no sense to me. Sorry. If there's no option for tension straps. So, stop unloading. So now, if I've unloaded them onto the trailer, then they're just going to fall off. That makes no sense at all. So they're not encouraging you to unload onto the trailer. They're encouraging you to leave them as like ethereal bales, operating position. So like that when you initially get them, and they overhang quite a lot. That's curious, isn't it? Why it did that? Anyway. So once they're loaded up, yeah. So you're better off not unloading them onto the trailer, which is curious. Then when you come to unload, it will then be unload bales, and then your R1 right stick side to side, up and down wherever you want to put them, or L1 R1 and you forwards and backwards, so you can adjust whereabouts you put them. You go quite high as well if you want to. When you're ready to unload bales here. There you go. And it seems to, like I say, doing that, it extended the bales out. That's why those rear ones fell off. So it's not really encouraging you to unload onto the trailer. Curious. Anyway, there you go. That's the Schwarzmüller flatbed semi-trailer, which brings us on to the last of the mods for today. And it's the Unia Speed 3. I got one of each out. I don't know why I got one of each out. Actually, I do know why I did, and then realised I didn't need to. It'll make sense in a minute. 4.1 megabyte download, 2 slots, 18 metre spread width. This is by Alexsi modding and StarterModding. So this is a solid fertilizer or lime spreader. Now sometimes lime spreading, when you get one of these, is narrower than fertilizer spreading, but I got one of each, and then when I hooked up to the tractor, you'll see, because I've got one of each now. Let's just detach the front one. There you go. So where are we? Yeah, L1 change working width. So it's set on start the engine. Why is it not showing the spread width? Huh? Oh, there we go. So, spread width. If we change that, we go from 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3, back again. And that's the same on both. I've got one with fertiliser, one with lime. I thought what I'll do, I'll drive and see if both are the same. But they both say 18 metres, so there's no reason to believe that it would be any different. So if I turn on that, that should do my fertilising to 18 metres. Turn that off. Now I know I've got it on the front, but if I turn that on, now that's curious, right? So if you look bottom left, as I'm doing it, not bottom left, top left, it's saying 18 metres. If I take the back one off and now switch to the front one, look, it says 18 metres, and I can change that. 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 and back. Well, they are. That is so weird. As I drove forward, maybe it was just the angle. Yeah, it's the angle, isn't it? Because looking like that, that lime is narrower. It's just the perspective, isn't it? Because if I go like that, no, they're definitely the right, yeah, same width. Ignore me, they're both 18 metres, and there you go. So you'll find this. Oh, that darn perspective. So 2,500, we've got a 500 litre, we've got a 750, and we've got a 900 litre in each of those. You've got the 2002 version, 2019 version, body colour, anything on that palette does that. And then just on the side, you've got your hydraulic colour. Let's go yellow. There you go. Change your hydraulics on there. And as you've already seen, they do both spread to 18 metres, or variations within those, regardless of lime or solid fertiliser. And that's it for the mods for Monday the 22nd of September. There is a new map out today, which I will get onto later on. And that's Farmlands by Farmer Rabbit. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Enjoy the rest of your day. And thanks for watching.